That could be tough. All right, let's end this on a fun and upbeat note. And um, first of all, I didn't know what this was. Lincoln coach is putting out these helmets on Twitter, and what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
And so why don't you just come from start from the beginning? What is this? We're in the finals now. Is that right?
Today's a championship day. The voting the voting polls are open right now as we speak.
That is and for folks that don't know, this is going to air on Tuesday, and we're talking on Monday. But tell us about this whole competition.
Yeah, so I was made aware maybe like a few weeks ago, and a guy reached out to me on Twitter who's actually running, like in charge of the whole thing. I think his Twitter handles high school helmet tourney. I think that's his Twitter handle, and he reached out to me and said, "Hey, we need a representative from Washington to come into our national tournament that we're going to have in June. So can you run the tournament in Washington to see who would be the representative?" And I just kind of asked him, "Hey, well, what's it going to entail?" And it was going to be a lot of work. To be honest with you, initially I didn't want to do it, in my head. But then I was like, you know what, this would be a great opportunity for us to put, Washington football more on the map and get the national recognition that it deserves. And number two, I thought it would be a fun thing for the state to kind of get involved in, since there's no sports on TV and a lot of people are at home. I thought this would be good for them and a good way for coaches to be able to kind of, get their brand out there, and so I said, sure, I'll take it on. And I started collecting pictures of different people's helmets, and at first it was kind of slow. I don't know if people, coaches were interested. I tagged all the head coaches that I knew and emailed some people and said, hey, can you send me a picture of your helmet for this, tournament? It was kind of slow for the first couple of days, but then when I started getting some, bigger schools like Camas and, well-known schools, I started posting all the schools that started turning in, hey, we have 30 schools now, and here's the schools that's turned in pictures. Hey, we need more. And I don't know, I think, that social media is a great thing because it spreads the word easy. And by the end, we had, 96 helmets. And from there, I started the tournament and, and then, we're Antioch versus Hudson's Bay right now.
They had to be lower seats just because, especially Antioch. Are they a 1B or a 2B school?
I think they're 1B, and a representative from them then even turned the picture, and it was Ryland Spencer, one that turned their photo in from at the start and said, hey, like this one should probably win it. And and he was right. I mean, they're doing pretty good.
They're battling at it there, so that's awesome. Okay, so the winner will be determined, and then what? Go on to Twitter, and Masaki Matsumoto is that where they can find everything, or is there another Twitter handle?
Yeah, it's at Coach Matsumoto. Yeah, at Coach Matsumoto, and the polls going on right now, and then once the winner is determined tomorrow, I'm just gonna hand it over to the high school helmet tourney. I'm gonna turn it into them, and I think like I said, the national tournament's supposed to start sometime in June.
Okay.
So if people want to follow that, they can go to, I think it's at HS helmet tourney.
Yeah, we'll have to get that and make sure we get it get the word spread around for sure. Coach, can you reveal any of the the numbers? Were you inundated with votes? Were you surprised by the number of votes, or in some cases where they're just? I assume there are some that were much more popular than others in battles. And were you Can you tell us, what the response was like?
No, it was great. You know, the the participation and the competitiveness from like even the coaches and fans and players, it was great to see. It was kind of fun just kind of watching it and running it and seeing the responses, because anytime they retweet, that I get the notification, and I mean for the last 3 weeks there was a ton of involvement. But I would say on average there were about 600 to 800 voters per match.
Wow.
And yeah, some of them, like one of our matches towards the end, it got to like 1100. And, you know, because there were a few teams, obviously, so now more people were probably voting. But anyways, yeah, it was great to see the participants. And, at first, the poll would end like 70-30 or 60-40, but towards the end, I mean, it was 51-49, 52% to 48%. I mean, they were pretty close. I mean, we lost in the semis to Hudson's Bay 51-49, and with like 10 minutes left, I was trying to retweet, but yeah, they got us at the end. So, but it was fun.
So does that, I mean, was that limited to one vote per Twitter handle? Is that how that worked?
Yeah. So, the probably I would say the last few days, I've gotten some followers with like the blank, profile page with like 0 followers, and so I mentioned something on Twitter like, are these fake accounts just to get votes?
That's
But,
impressive.
yeah, I know. If they want to waste the time, then more props to them.
Exactly. That's pretty funny, actually. That hey, they didn't have anything else to do, so let's make some extra accounts and get extra votes.
Yeah.
That might have been the difference in some of them. Who knows?
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, that'll be fun to see. So when the voting will close, what time on Monday?
Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.
Oh, Tuesday at 8 a.m. Okay. And
Yeah,
so,
we'll find out the Washington winner, and then again I'll send that to the national guy, and then I don't know exactly when they'll start the national one.
so when will you announce the winner?
Tomorrow, like right after 8 a.m. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I already have the graphics for either team that wins, and we'll congratulate them, and then I'll post on there too the handle of the guy that's running the national one, so they can follow if they want.
Nicely. Well, then I'll just we'll just make sure we get the winner announced on this program tomorrow. That will start at noon tomorrow, so we'll have time to add it to it. And hey, thank you so much for doing that. That no doubt kept a lot of people somewhat diverted. And
Yeah.
you know what? In times like these, if you can bring a little bit of a smile to someone, or a little bit of normalcy, I guess, to someone, just for even a split second, is more than grateful. Or again, it's just such a weird time that anything that we can equate back to a little bit of normalcy is going to be helpful for us all. It's been fun to watch online, that's for sure. I did not vote on any of them. I didn't want to take a side. We like to stay unbiased. So
Yeah.